farm is a Duchy of Cornwall farm, which is all part of the Prince of Wales estate. And the total acreage now, with Maiden Castle itself, just under 1,200 acres.
I'm Rich Hoskin. We're a beef, sheep and arable farm. We do various beef, we do some suckler cows, and we take the progeny through to finish. We buy in store cattle, and we also do Angus cattle for Sainsbury's, which are dairy calves reared right through to finish.
So we have just over 70 suckler cows, beef cows, native breeds in the main that we have, South Devons and Angus cross. These are crossed with either Limousin, Angus, or a hybrid bull stabiliser, which is a composite of 4 different breeds. The cows are kept outdoors all the time, calve in the spring from the 1st of April for a 2-month period. Obviously the calves reared on their mothers for about 8 months and grazed on grass all the time. And then towards the end of their period outdoors, the young calves are offered additional feed in terms of homegrown cereals, what we would call creep feed, and this overcomes the problem when we wean the calves from the cows at about 8 months, that they're already eating the diet to which they will go on in the winter. They then go indoors, calves, in the winter, and go on a silage and cereal diet. We have 25 of those male calves are kept entire, and they are on what we call an ad-lib feeding system, by which they then grow much quicker, finish quicker, and they're sold at 14 months of age. What we're looking for in our beef cows is a medium-sized cow, about 650 kilos in weight. It has to have good temperament, quiet, and hopefully easy calving. As soon as they've calved, they're outdoors in any case, but then they go on to better grass, which encourages milk production, which is what the calf itself depends on for the first 8 months of its life. And then when the calves are weaned from the cows, they go on to a winter diet, which is stubble turnips with some straw or silage, haylage, which takes them through the winter. It's not good for these beef cows to get too fat, otherwise we'll have calving problems.
A store animal basically that we buy would mostly come from dairy farms that couldn't cope with the number of animals on their farm, or they're just dairy, so they don't want the beef animals. So we would buy them. A lot of farms would sell them various ages, from basically they would sell from a calf right through to a 2-year-old animal to a beef farmer like ourselves. We buy 300 to 400 store cattle a year, roughly, of various ages, generally bought. A lot come from Salisbury Market. We generally buy more on price, as in value for money, than we would on anything else, if I'm honest. And they're all taken through to finish. They'd be fed, grazed, and their ration when they're housed would basically be grass, silage, maize silage, homegrown barley, some bought in protein as well, a little bit of chopped straw that's good for the rumen, and they would all be finished mostly now by about 24-25 months of age. House the cattle through the winter time, basically against the weather, so that the cattle are happier. They're bedded on deep straw bedded yards, so they're not getting wet, they're not getting cold, just like us. They don't want to be out too much in the wet and the cold, and they grow a lot better out inside. And as far as animal health's concerned, we are Red Tractor assured, so we have to pass the audit for that. And we also are in close contact with our vets, and we have our annual vet visit, which sorts our animal health plan every year.
All cattle off the farm are sold finished, various outlets. They're slaughtered as close as we can to the 2 ABP plants. In addition to going to the supermarkets, some are also sold through the local butcher shop in Poundbury.